Hi, this is Shadi, and today we're discussing Miyamoto Musashi and particularly the school that he had founded. Now, anyone who practiced martial arts, specifically Japanese martial arts, you would know the value of this man, his life, and his writings. One of the best ways you can meditate is put the Book of Five Rings on audiobook and go for a very long walk and enjoy his philosophy. His teachings still hold out till this day for strategies, the way you perceive life, so on and so forth. There's also the Dokkodo, which is going my own way as it translates to, and it is also one of the best writings that he wrote towards the end of his life. But a lot of people don't know is that he founded his own ryuha by the name of Niten Ichi-ryū. So Niten Ichi-ryū can be translated as the school of the strategy of two heavens as one, and it is based on Japanese swordsmanship. It's based on the two swords, the katana, wakizashi, and kenjutsu. Now, you can also say Nito Ichi, which means two swords as one, because he was very well known for fighting with two swords. He won his first duel, I believe, at the age of 13 years old against a master swordsman. So, initially, Miyamoto Musashi was born in 1584 and passed away in 1645. So he had his surge and his his life, his battles during the Edo period, which was a great and fertile ground for the growth of Jujutsu, and one of them was his school. So he studied initially Enme-ryu and Tori-ryu, which were ryuha established by his grandfather Yoshimoto and his father Miyamoto Minunsuke. So he eventually started his own ryuha based on these teachings. So around 1640, towards the end of his life, where he could barely even walk, he wanted to pass it to three successors. The first one being Terao Magonojo, his younger brother Kiyomanosuke, and also Furuhashi Suzaemon. And he considered that Terao, the first one, was excelling in technique but lacked philosophy and reflection, but Furuhashi excelled in reflection and thinking but lacked technique. So eventually Terao received the Book of Five Rings. Hosokawa Muchi Mitsuhisa made two copies, and it is his copy or his edition that we still read till this day. It's the Hosokawa copy. So it is thanks to this man that we still have this edition, and also a clear indication of Musashi's philosophy. Now, and also before his death, Musashi wrote the Dokkodo, meaning going my own way. It is a list of rules that one should try to follow, and it is based a lot on Buddhist philosophy. So let's talk about the succession and the lineage of his school. Terao Kiyomanosuke received the complete transmission of the school after Miyamoto Musashi's death. However, he refused to teach, and he sent it to Musashi's adopted son Iori, but Iori refused the succession because he believed that his father did not choose him in particular in order to take the lineage. So Kiyomanosuke eventually agreed to take over as head, and it is one of the few ryuha that doesn't take hereditary pattern when it comes to the succession and lineages, because as he started it, Musashi granted it to one of his best students. So he took the lead, and both his and Iori's actions were manifestation for respect of Musashi. The first one being he felt he was unworthy and not his son, so he decided to pass it on to his son or adopted son, because that's the tradition in Japan back in the day. And the second, which is his son, did not accept it because he felt that he was not chosen specifically to take on the lineage. And in my opinion, this is a great start to pass a lineage based on meritocracy and skill and talent rather than just genetics. So there's a dispute that the Goshoha Hyoho Niten Ichi-ryū claiming that Iwami Toshio Gensho is the sole legal representative up until the year 2007. Miyagawa Yasutaka established a line of Niten Ichi-ryū that continues to practice and thrive in Kansai region of Japan. So there is a dispute there. There is a split in the lineage. Miyagawa Yasutaka and Kiyonaga were both students of Aoki Kikuo, which is during the same period. You have the Kenzai line, and also you have the Iwami Toshio line. So there's a split and dispute in today's lineage, which is, I'm not very much invested in Niten Ichi-ryū, but nonetheless we can find out that it is a school based on lineage of succession due to meritocracy rather than genetics. And let's talk a little bit about the technique. So you have series or forms of techniques. You have the first one called the Tachi Seiho, which is 12 techniques with the long sword. The second one is the Kodachi Seiho, 7 technique with the short sword. And the third one being the Nito Seiho, 5 techniques with 2 swords, corresponding to the 5 forms in the water scroll. You also have Bojutsu, 20 techniques with the long staff, the bow. You have bow versus bow, and you have bow versus the sword, so kind of like Judo in a bit. You also have Akiuchi Roppo, and also you have finally the Jite to Jutsu, which is 5 techniques against a sword. So it is basically a school of weapons, swordsmanship, and also the long staff. It is perfect to reflect his challenges, his duels, and also to keep his teachings, which is very important and sacred when it comes to not only preserving heritage, but also techniques, teachings, strategies, and also philosophy. It's a great thing that Miyamoto Musashi decided to have his own ryuha, because this is, like I said, a heritage that should not be lost. So in short, this is his school, the Niten Ichi-ryū. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for your messages during this catastrophe. As someone who has a platform now of 10,000 subscribers, I feel I have a responsibility to voice this over. And for those of you who care, I will leave a link of the World Food Program in order for you to make a donations, because like I said, hundreds of thousands of homes were destroyed and people have lost their lives and thousands of injured. So any donation would be amazing. I will leave it in the description down below if you care to do so. If you have anything else to add, let me know down below. You can click away, or you can watch the rest of this demonstration. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.
双方の攻撃を互いに受け流し、再び面に来る太刀をさらに左に受け流し、相手が引いて構えようとするところを面または小手を切る流し打ちの技。独特のトラブリの構えから相手の攻撃を外し袈裟に切るトラブリ。 次の相戦打ち止めは、双方面の相打ちとなり、相手が構え直そうとするところを、すかさず面または小手を切る技である。太刀正法の最後は、左小手に切ってくる太刀を、左手を離して抜きながら右にかわし、近ければ面、遠ければ小手を切る技、余し打ち。小太刀の技には、殺旋、中段、受け流し、文字構え、貼り付け、流し打ち、相戦の7本があり、これを順次紹介しよう。小太刀の最初の技は殺旋。相手の面を右にかわし、下段から相手の喉を刺す技である。面を切ってくる太刀を抜いて小手を切るのが中段の技。ではその演武を。次の受け流しは、下段の構えから面に来る太刀を左に流し、柄を取り、袈裟に切り、さらに刺す技。もう一度動きをゆっくりと見てみよう。 面に来るのを払い、さらに胴に切ってくる太刀を押さえ、右の利き腕を取って刺す技、文字構え。次の貼り付けは、面に来る太刀を頭上で右に貼り付けて刺す技である。振りかぶって面に切ってくるのを左に流し、左袈裟に切り、さらに面に来るのを再び右に流して、首を切って刺す流し打ち。小太刀の最後は相戦。面に切りつけてくるのを間の見切りによって左に払い、そのまま喉をつく技である。見切りとは、敵の心理、空間、時間的な間を見極めて、その外に己を置くことである。宮本武蔵が門弟の塩田浜之